Howdy folks, Brother Jim reporting here at End Times Prophecy News. Breaking news, the first video, Democrat and Hillary friend and donor Ed Buck looks freaked out as judge sets his bail at $4 million. What's the matter, Ed Buck? You're not looking too good now. Top Democrat donor and Hillary friend Ed Buck was finally arrested Tuesday night after a third man overdosed in his apartment. The man who overdosed in Ed Buck's Los Angeles apartment last week survived. However, the other two victims previously died. He tends to love young black gay escorts and fill them with overdoses. That's right. Without a doubt. Many have come forward to say they were injected by Ed Buck. Ed Buck loves to inject young black gay escorts with methamphetamine. The mother of one of Ed Buck's victims described it as a fetish. There's some interesting pictures in his mansion. He was finally arrested after two black gay escorts died in his apartment from overdoses. The prominent Democrat donor and LGBTQ political activist Ed Buck was arrested Tuesday and charged with operating a drug house and providing methamphetamine to a 37-year-old man who overdosed last week, officials said. Oh, that's strange. He supports LGBTQ, but he's killing LGBTQ gay men in his apartment. Oh, no, that's a conspiracy theory, Jim. Don't say that. That's hate speech. Buck was charged with 3 counts of battery causing serious injury, administering methamphetamine, and maintaining a drug house, according to the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office. Buck is accused of injecting the victim who survived with methamphetamine on September 11th this year. Here's the picture of him being arrested. The video of him being arrested. There's the good days when he looked good, huh?
Yeah, this comes after 2 men died in months past at his West Hollywood home, and the district attorney says another man OD'd there last week. Jeff Michael live in the newsroom with more. Jeff?
All right, Jeff and Susie, thanks. LA County District Attorney Jackie Lacey just announced the charges minutes ago. It comes after years, I should say, after controversy surrounding Ed Buck. The West Hollywood man has played a prominent role in city politics for decades and has been at the center of a storm for years. 2 men have actually died.
I can't wait until Hillary's the next one like this.
From drug overdoses in his home. But he's never been charged, and he's denied that he gave them drugs. But prosecutors have called for his arrest. Tonight, the district attorney charged him in a new case, claiming he injected a man with methamphetamine, claiming he...
Now, I want you to look at that picture right here. This is him arrested
with methamphetamine this week in his home. That man overdosed. New case, claiming...
Look at that.
Case claim
that's when he was arrested just what, 2 weeks ago? What happened to him? They don't take too kindly in prison
he injected
to those who are pedophiles, do they?
In his home, that man overdosed but survived. Buck is charged with supplying.
Take a look at that picture.
He injected attorney charged him in a new case.
Look at this. That picture is no different from this picture. But what happened to him? Look at this. He looks like he lost 25 pounds and has been doing drugs. At least 25 pounds. He looks like he's strung out. Now watch what happened in court when he was given $4 million bail.
Democratic donor Ed Buck has been arrested and charged with running a drug den.
Yeah, this comes after 2 men died in months.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just a second. We're down here. Judge sets Ed Buck's bail at $4 million after Democrat donor is arrested in connection with man's overdose.
Okay, the court finds that there has been a no involuntary waiver. Arraignment will be put over to the date of October 11th, 2019, here at Department 30.
Does that look like the same man to you?
Presently, the bail amount, which has been set, is $4 $4 million. And Mr. Hamster, you're requesting to reserve arguments for a later date.
They can't do this to me. I'm a Democrat.
For right now,
I am above the law.
Now is $4 million.
Did you hear that? $4 million. And if you know anything about going to jail or bail for a bail bondsman, you usually pay a 10th to a 12th of that. So you take off basically 10. So he would have to pay $400,000, right? Yeah. $400,000 just to jump bail, just to get out of prison. But the way prison's doing with him right now, he probably should pay that 400. It'd be at least 400. It'd be closer to maybe 500,000, $500,000 to get out. Okay, he should probably end up getting out and paying that bail if he's got it. Look at him. Democrat Buck looked like he was coming off of something. He might even be in a suicide vest. He should have been behind bars a long time ago. We got some more breaking news. Truth is the new clickbait, as I just gave you some truth, right? Criminal Facebook has a new excuse to ban and block pro-Trump conservative content. We will brand it clickbait. That's right. It's no secret that Facebook and Silicon Valley tech giants discriminate against conservatives for 3 years at least. In 2017, following the presidential election in November of 2016, both the Harvard Berkman Klein Center study and the Columbia Journalism Review study ranked the Gateway Pundit as the fourth most influential conservative publisher of the 2016 election. Not only that, but we have politicians saying it's okay to spy on Donald Trump, even though it's totally against the law, treason, and a coup d'etat. We also have politicians and many on the left saying it's okay to shut down conservative speech and break the First Amendment, don't we? We have them openly saying that now. Since those reports were published by the Gateway Pundit, has been censored, shadow banned, or eliminated entirely by the far left tech giants and social media platforms. Oh, I was eliminated more than 92 or 95%. I was eliminated 99%. And my first two channels that had 150,000 subscribers and 150 million views are, as they say, dust in the wind, gone. With 11,000 videos on that channel, they're all gone. In March of 2018, Facebook shut down our content. In 2016, Facebook accounted for 1/3 of the traffic at the Gateway Pundit. Today, Facebook accounts for only 2 to 4% of our traffic. Facebook uses any excuse to eliminate conservative content, hate speech, fake news, conspiracy side, or a few of the labels they use to target and eliminate conservative content or true news. That's the biggest one right there, folks. But here's a new one. Facebook this weekend eliminated 2 articles published by the Gateway Pundit using the new excuse, clickbait. The first clickbait article we grabbed from Dan Bongino and Yahoo.com. Trump raised $15 million in one day last week from California donors. That's right. This article is 100% correct, and I reported on that as well. Facebook says it's clickbait because it's a positive story on Trump. What does it say right here? We've identified that recent posts shared on your page are clickbait, which are links with misleading or sensational headlines. See 2 examples here. We reduce the distribution of clickbait, and pages that repeatedly post clickbait will have all distribution reduced even if those posts have been deleted. Now, let's think for a second. Is clickbait just another avenue to, shadow ban, block, and all these people, conservatives? Actually, and you think about it for a minute, if what you're already using is going to be attacked by justice, which is the GOP and many investigations going on over Facebook and Zuckerberg and all the social media giants, you would need a new avenue to work on called clickbait. Are you following me? That's right. Their day is coming, folks. It is. The second article they flagged as clickbait is also 100% accurate. On Monday, jihadist Zara Belou was put on the P-Hat Women's March board to replace the current anti-Semites. On Thursday, Zara Belou was canned from the Women's March. This article is also 100% accurate, and of course they considered it as clickbait. When will some ambitious law firm take on this criminal outfit, or will this be the last generation to enjoy freedom of speech in America? I really don't know. It's up to God's will. After all, Daniel chapter 2 tells us what God has to do with politics, and anyone who thinks that God is not involved in politics, and separation of state is right, separation of church and state is right, well, then they don't really know the Bible. Oh, I forgot which chapter it's in, but I think it's in Daniel 7:22. No? Okay. I thought it was in Daniel chapter 2. Oh, yeah. And he changes the times. Daniel's prophesying and says, "Blessed be the name of God forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his." And he changes the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. And he giveth wisdom unto the wise, and a knowledge to them that know understanding. And how do we get wisdom? Well, it is the fear of the Lord that is the beginning of wisdom. Then once you fear the Lord and you start studying his word from Genesis to Revelation, he starts giving you wisdom. You see? You become wise by fearing him, and then you start getting more wisdom by studying his precepts. You see? So separation of church and state was just to get God out of the schools. That's right. And you'll see that the same thing works with the 501c3. The good old, we're going to give you your tax deductions back. Well, you didn't know that 501c3 takes the church building away from the pastor if he talks about politics at all. It's all part of church, separation of church and state. Because Babylon wants to take control of everything in this world. And they pretty much already have. We are entering the time of the heathen. Ezekiel 30 verse 3, the time of Jacob's trouble. Jeremiah 30 verse 7, we are entering the day of the Lord, and it will start by the day of the rapture. Don't be left behind. And make sure, folks, that if you enjoy listening to my conservative news and Bible teachings, is 66 cents a day too much to ask for? Can you afford that? Because I'd really appreciate it with my financial debt. I mean, my not debt, but my bills I need to pay just to live. I ask you, could you please help out my ministry and news service by donating 66 cents a day, which is about $20 a month. I have a PayPal on the front of my YouTube channel and a P.O. box at the end of this video as usual. Thank you for listening.